What's going on, you guys? My name is Noel. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification down below so that you get notified when I upload a new video. Bam, 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 bam. Bam. I love when a good intro just comes together. I just love when a good intro just comes together. Ugh, it makes my spirit warm. Anyway, before I move forward, you can also follow me on Twitter, where influencers are dropping like flies, or you can follow me on Instagram, which usually at this point I would say where my photos flop, but I haven't posted any photos because I have been aesthetically challenged during quarantine, so I haven't really been posting photos, but you can follow me on Instagram. You know, it's a good time. And with that being said, let's move on to the video. So today we're talking about intersectionality. Now, I was gonna call this video Colorism the Remix, but I think this is a bigger issue than just colorism. So I'm gonna explain, because it's not making sense to you guys, it's making sense to me, because in my head it's making sense. But it's gonna make sense when I finish my thoughts. So, as you all know, we are in the middle of a global pandemic and also the revolution. Well, I think it's a revolution, but you know, maybe people, I don't know who determines what is a revolution and when is a revolution, but hey. And people are currently fighting for Black lives and fighting against police brutality. Black lives still matter, even if it's not trending, even if it's not front page news, even if it's not on every single news station that you click on your TV, Black lives still matter. Don't forget it. I'm not gonna let you forget it. I'm gonna keep reminding you because Black lives do matter. They always have mattered, and they always will have mattered. Well, they have always mattered, but just not to society. Anyway, and I've been seeing a lot of discourse on my timeline about people talking about colorism, but also talking about how we treat Black women and Black LGBTQ people and Black trans women. And I wanted to bring my feelings to it because a lot of people have been using the phrase, but we're all Black. And I want to talk about that. For those of you who don't know, intersectionality is basically just like when two identities collide or meet, where two identities meet. So I am a Black gay man, so I am also Black and gay, and I'm gay and Black at the same time always. So I'm in two different communities, those two things intersect. And it is my thought that when you as a Black person tell people, oh, we're all Black, that is a deflection. That is code word to me that, hey, what you're talking about is making me uncomfortable, so I'm just gonna say that we're all Black so we can just move forward. Like, no. Black women have different experiences than Black men. Black straight people have different experiences than Black LGBTQ people. Black queer people who are cisgendered have different experiences from Black trans people. We all have different experiences, and those experiences are all valid, and they deserve to be heard. So when you try to like silence or shift the conversation or turn away from the conversation by saying, hey, we're all Black, let's just move forward. Like, no. There are different sets of challenges that we as Black people who have intersectioning identities go through. And I mostly heard this conversation happening when it was coming to colorism because I believe last week or the week before last, China Doll, who was a female rapper, some of her tweets on light-skinned and dark-skinned women came out, and she had tweets talking about how light-skinned women are jealous of dark-skinned women, therefore whatever, you know, so on and so forth. And a lot of people, when it came to the conversation of colorism, were like, but we're all Black, affects us all, like yada 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 yada. Yes, colorism does affect all Black people. It does, it is. It's something that is within our community, and colorism stems from racism and Eurocentric beauty standards, but colorism does not affect us all the same, and I feel like in 2020 we should know this already, but hey, people don't for some reason. But who am I to decide that? But this is just a segue into intersectionality. Yes, colorism affects all Black people. It does. However, it does not affect us the same way. The majority of society believes that having lighter skin makes you more attractive, and there is a privilege when it comes to being light-skinned. That is just a fact. That is a fact. Historically, darker skin tones have been disrespected, dehumanized, and disrespected. Now, if you're a light-skinned person and you've had someone make negative comments to you about being light-skinned, has just discriminated against you for being light-skinned, or has just overall just not treated you fairly because you have had lighter skin, I am not saying that that does not happen. I am not saying that your experiences are not valid, but what I am saying is those experiences do not negate the fact that darker skinned people are discriminated against because of their skin. That's what I'm saying. On a larger scale, the majority of people with darker skin are disrespected. They are. They are. And when it comes to colorism, a few weeks ago, a certain YouTuber, who I'm not gonna name in this video because it's not a bit dragging video, but his colorist tweets came out, and his other tweets about other problematic things. He was tweeting a lot of stuff that date back to like 2013, yada yada yada. But he had colorist tweets, and his response was that, oh, I didn't love myself, or I hated myself. And constantly, time and time again, when black influencers have been called out for their past colorist comments and negative comments about darker skin tones and darker skinned people, their explanation or excuse, you know, depending on how you see it, has been, I didn't love myself, I hated myself. And yes, while I get that, as somebody who grew up, as somebody who grew up in the suburbs, who grew up in predominantly white schools until I went to high school and moved to Washington, D.C., I understand. I get it. It's very easy when you grow up around majority white people to become accustomed to their standards and their belief system. It's very easy to be consumed by that. However, we should not just move past that. You know, that we shouldn't just accept it like, oh, okay. We shouldn't just accept the fact that every black person has this anti-black self-hate phase where they just disrespect darker skinned people just because they don't love themselves. Like, can you imagine how tired darker skinned people are of hearing their fellow black people tell them, oh yeah, I was being colorist because I didn't like myself. I was being colorist because I didn't love myself. It was just a phase. I moved past it, now it's just a phase. Like, you know, we shouldn't normalize the fact that darker skinned people have to become this lightning rod for self-hate. That does not need to be normalized. That does not need to be a thing. We should not just accept that as fact and say, that's just how things are. We shouldn't just accept that. That's just not how it is. Like, you know, and for some reason when it comes to black people and self-hate and not loving themselves, they take it out on darker skin tones. Light-skinned people who claim that they don't love themselves, they make jokes about darker skinned people. Brown skinned people do the same thing, you know? It's not like they're talking about their own skin tones, they're talking about darker skin tones, you know? We shouldn't use self-hate as an excuse for colorism. It can be an explanation, but it shouldn't be an excuse. It shouldn't be something that is stated and then we just simply say, okay, this is how things are. This is how things are gonna go. We just gotta accept it and move on. That's not how things should work. And I saw a lot of people gaslighting, in my opinion, gaslighting darker skinned people by saying, but we're all black. Colorism affects us all. It does affect us all, but it does not affect us all in the same ways. And you trying to use this blanketed statement of we're all black to silence the voices of other black people who face other issues is not okay. As a gay black man, I face homophobia from not only white people but also black people, and I also face racism from white people. Intersectioning identities affect me in different ways. My life is different than a straight black man, you know? So if I were to share my experiences of being a gay black man and someone were to say, well, we're all black, that's not the same. Yes, we're all black, but we all have different experiences, and those experiences should always be heard and valued. Everybody's experience is of value, you know? Everybody's experience deserves to be heard. When I hear people say, oh, but we're all black as a means to silence trans people, black LGBTQ people, black women, dark-skinned black women, to me, that's a deflection. And I would even compare it to a white person coming to a black person and saying, why are you talking about all Black Lives Matter? You're being divisive. Accusing people of trying to divide others by sharing their experiences. At the end of the day, your experience is your experience. It is, and nobody can take that from you. And I just really want us as a community, as black people, just as human beings in general, I want us to normalize listening to other people's experiences and being comfortable, allowing people to feel comfortable to share their thoughts and opinions and their experiences with discrimination without automatically getting on the defense, you know? And it's privilege, you know? Having light skin for the majority of society is a privilege. Being cisgendered is a privilege. Being a man is a privilege that not all people have. And I think people get very defensive when we talk about privilege is because I think people equate privilege with going down easy street. And that's not always the case. Is it the case sometimes? Absolutely. Is it always the case? No. I think when people hear the word privilege, they associate that with, I've never been through anything. You think that I haven't struggled. You think that I haven't been through any hardships in my life. And that's not the case. It just means that certain factors that are beyond your control and beyond my control have allowed you to have an easier way in life than other people. That's what that means. That's what it means. You know, if you are a light-skinned person and you If you're a light-skinned person, maybe take the time to listen to a darker-skinned person and their experiences, you know? There's privilege. There are privilege. There are people who are there are different people who, because of their status, their gender, their race, their ethnic background, that they are allotted more privilege. That's just a thing. And what you can do is you can use that privilege to be an ally, or you can be defensive and try to shut other people down. And that's just not how we should move. We need to allow spaces for people who do fall within intersectionality and who do have intersecting identities, a safe haven to share their views. The truth of the matter is, when it comes, especially now that we're in this huge moment that Black Lives is having, we need to make sure that all Black lives matter. Trans Black lives matter. LGBTQ Black lives matter. Black women lives matter. They matter. They matter. And Black people have critiqued the Black Lives Matter movement for centering heterosexual cisgendered Black men. Yes, we're all Black, but our experiences are different and they are all valid. And instead of shutting someone down and just saying, well, we're all Black, be quiet. But we're all Black, stop it. But we're all Black, you're dividing us, you know? Take the time to open an ear, to lend a hand, lend a shoulder to cry on. Allow others the space to share their experiences without you getting defensive and feeling the need to shut them down, make them feel bad, to guilt trip them, to gaslight them. Let's not do that. Let's not. Let's not just pass off colorism as, oh, we're all Black. Let's not pass off homophobia and transphobia in the Black community as we're all Black. Let's not pass on misogyny and misogynoir, which specifically affects Black women, as we're all Black. Because yes, we're all Black, but we are all treated differently within our own community and within other communities. So, you know, just the next time that you see somebody on social media or in person sharing their experiences as a Black trans person, as a Black LGBTQ person, as a Black woman, as a dark-skinned Black person, the next time you hear them sharing their experiences on their intersecting identities, allow them the space and the comfort to share their opinions before you get defensive and jump down their throats and shout, we're all Black. But we're all Black. You know, we are all Black. That's a fact. We get it. We know. We understand. I'm sure we all have mirrors. I'm sure we all understand that we're all Black. But allow people the space to share their thoughts. It's okay to not be the loudest voice in the room. It's okay to not be the center of attention. It's okay to step back and allow others the floor to speak, especially when those voices are oftentimes downplayed, ignored, or flat out disrespected and unacknowledged. So, yeah. Yeah, and that's, wow, that was a very long rant. But that's how I feel. I've been sitting on these feelings for like a whole week, you guys. I was doing like a whole summer program for an entire week. I was in Zoom meetings for like 10 hours all week, so I could not make a video. But I have been sitting on these thoughts for a long time, and I'm so glad that I get to share them now. Yeah, I'm happy to share them. So with that being said, that is the end of this video. That is all I have to say on this. I'm not gonna drag this video out to be 30, 40 minutes. No, I'm not gonna do that. I talked long enough anyway. So with that being said, my name is Noel. Thank you for tuning into my commentary and entertainment channel, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification down below so that you get notified when I upload new videos. Watch my other videos, my playlists. I got good stuff. I ranked all the seasons of Bad Girls Club. I'm going to finish ranking all the seasons of Drag Race. I got to do that last video for that. Wow, that's way overdue. And I talk about TV shows as well. So, and other social issues. I also do story times. Listen, this is a good place to have fun, be entertained, and just, get into it. Get into it. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, where no one is safe. And I will see you in the next video. You like that, don't you?
Boy toy named Troy used to live in Detroit. Big dope dealing money, he was getting some coins. Wasn't shootouts with the law, but he lived in a palace.